I built this practice around using a bolster. I have some links down below if you are looking for a bolster, but you can also use pillows, multiple blankets, get whatever is an appropriate substitute for it, and get creative and weird as long as you're safe. This class is not geared towards spinal injuries. If you do, you can contact me for a private so you can learn how to modify your practice and just get the benefits out of different poses. Place the strap into your right hand. This heavy buckle side of your palm is going to go over the outside of the hand, okay? So for those of you who have tight shoulders and tight neck, this can help. Lift the right arm up towards the ceiling and bend the elbow. Notice how that elbow moves out to the side. Left hand pulls the elbow forward. Now lift the elbow up above head so that shoulder blade wraps around the rib cage. Soften the front ribs back. Inhale to lift. And exhale, take the left hand out to a T. Internally rotate, inhale. And exhale, bend that elbow. And you can grab onto the opposite side, that lower side of the strap. Option to walk the hands towards each other as long as you don't change your spine. So you can bind the hands if you have range of motion. Inhale to broaden across the collarbones. Exhale, soften that left shoulder blade down away from the ear. Inhale to lift the right elbow up towards the ceiling. Exhale, soften the front ribs back. Press that left hand into the back, inhale. Exhale, navel lifts up in towards the spine. Now see if you can sense Brahma Nadi, allowing you to lift up towards the ceiling as you allow the hips to ground back to the sacrum, hips, tops of the thighs, and your knees are grounded. Soften the front ribs back. Kidney band is soft. And slowly resist the hands apart. And just pause, placing the hands on tops of the thighs. Just feeling the left and right side of your neck, just noticing any difference. Maybe one side feels a little heavier than the other. And second side. Take the strap into your left hand, buckle on the outside of that palm. Lift the left arm and bend the elbow. Inhale, left elbow moves forward and up. Soften the front ribs back. Inhale, lengthen the side ribs off of the pelvis. Exhale, right hand comes out to a T. Internally rotate and bend at the elbow. Grab onto the opposite strap. Broaden across the collarbones, inhale. And exhale, soften that right shoulder blade away from the ear. Oftentimes we overuse the tops of our shoulders, our levator scapula. It's a natural stress response that we do when we're stressed out, and the way that we spend our days at the computer, on phones, posturally starts making us, lean forward. So let's see if we can get the shoulders to release and start absorbing bringing us back to neutral. And there's nothing wrong with using technology. There's nothing wrong with the lifestyle necessarily. It's just if we can cultivate a sense of mindfulness and feel ourselves in space, feel it in our bodies, that way we can catch things before they become painful for us. And I think the same holds true for thoughts and emotions. See if you can sense Brahmanadi so we're not leaning ourselves over. And on the exhale, slowly move the hands apart. Place the hands on tops of the thighs and just pause, right and left side. And gently open the eyes. Move your strap off to the side and bend that right knee, bend the left. 2 90-degree angles. Take the right hand back behind you. Blocks are at their highest height. Blend on top of the mat so we don't fall over. Inhale, bring yourself back to center. And exhale, you're just going to windshield wiper the leg side to side. Internally rotating, paying special focus on that top leg. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, switch it over to the opposite side. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale. And exhale down. You can always lean yourself back if you have tighter hips. The next time you bring yourself over to the right, you're gonna pause, walk your hands back, bend that left knee down, left tall block is going to come to the inside of that thigh, right sit bone is grounded, and you're just going to hinge yourself to the front of that sit bone, bring yourself down, okay? You can always use your blocks at whatever height you need, keeping the spine nice and long and neutral. Some of you have more range of motion and that's cool. You can go down to the ground if you'd like. You can even move the bolster off to the side if you don't need it. But be very careful of the knee. I don't want you to have any pain in the knee, okay? Seeing if you can ask the body to soften. On your exhale, slowly bring yourself up. Take the left block back behind you and switch second side. And take whatever variations you need to make yourself comfortable. Noticing if one side is a little different than the other, that's okay. We even it out by allowing ourselves to be heavy and allowing our bodies to open at their own time. So send your breath into those spots that are tense. And exhale, see if you can consciously ask the body to release. And slowly bring yourself up. Take your blocks back to frame the bolster. Bring yourself back to center. Dandasana. So I'm actually going to turn myself over to the side, that way you can see. But, all right. So for those of you who aren't using blocks, definitely do not press on the knees, okay? So don't take your hands and put the hands on the joint. That's like a terrible idea. Don't overstretch it, okay? So from here, hands are gonna come onto blocks, press the hands down, and see if you can find that internal wrap, right? Back of the sacrum, outer hip, tops of the thighs, inner knees are gonna spread the back of the sacrum and allow the hips and the lower body to ground. Now see if you can find Brahmanadi from the pelvic floor through the stomach, heart, throat, soft palate, midbrain, crown of the head. Lengthen out through there. And on your exhale, roll the shoulder blades down the back and express the heart forward and up, finding that slight back bend through the thoracic spine. Now hinge to the front of the sit bone. See if you can keep the spine nice and long and bring yourself forward. You might stay here. If this is about as far as you can go, that's okay. Work from wherever you are. For some of you, you'll move yourself forward, continuing to find that length through Brahmanadi, lengthening the back of the heart forward and up. For others, you might be able to grab onto the legs and feet. And you don't want to find this like sort of kidney bean shape, right? See if you can find those opposing actions in the hips, finding the length through the spine. And maybe you might be able to find yourself moving forward and down. And on your exhale, slowly bring yourself up. Okay, so couple of options, all right? You can either come into your Setu Bandha, your bridge pose, and you can place the bolster underneath your hips. All right, and to do that, what you can do is so this upper half of your body is shoulder standing arms, okay? Press the upper arms down, roll the shoulder blades down the back, and then keeping the spine in one piece, you're gonna push the arms down, lengthen the tailbone up to the knees, okay? Finding that internal wrap of the hips. Place the bolster underneath your hips, and you can pause here and stay here, continuing to roll the shoulder blades down the back, heart moves up towards the chin, not the chin towards the chest. And then find that length through the low back. So back of the pelvis, so back of the sacrum, outer hips, front of the thighs, inner knees are long. If this feels okay for your low back, you can straighten out the legs. If at any time this doesn't feel good for your low back, and you're having difficulty finding that lift through the low belly, you can always bend the knees and go back. Make it a little bit more restorative. See if you can find the internal wrap from the back of the hips, back of the sacrum, outer hips, thighs, and knees. finding that internal rotation of the thighs. Pressing the upper arms down, allowing the back of the heart to move towards the chin. Seeing if you can sense what's happening to Brahma Nadi. Visualizing that central channel from the pelvic floor, stomach, heart, throat, soft palate, midbrain, and crown of the head. And bend your knees. Press down into the heels. Lengthen the tailbone up towards the ceiling to lift the hips and move the bolster off to the side. And just allow yourself to lie down neutral. Move the bolster. Just allowing the ground to be able to fill the back. Slowly bring yourself off to the side and bring yourself up. And lengthen your breath. Move your fingers, gently bringing life back into the palms. Slowly and with control, gently move yourself onto your favorite side and pause. And gently bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. You may use whatever props you need to make yourself comfortable. Exhale completely. Inhale fully. Om. Join the hands, lift the heart, and gently bow the head. Namaste. Thank you very much for sharing your practice. Stay well and weird. Bye. If you're interested in watching extended videos, in-depth content, and exclusive footage, please click My Patreon on the link below. Stay well and weird. Bye.